I would like to take this opportunity to salute and congratulate all Ugandans on the occasion of marking Uganda's 55th independence anniversary. I wish to welcome all our foreign friends and guests to this Independence Day celebrations in Bushenyi. In particular, I would like to welcome our guest of honor, His Highness the Aga Khan. His community, the Ismailis, have for a long time contributed to the economy of Uganda. As I said in my village of Ntungamo, from the time of my grandfathers, there were 4 Indian families, all of them apparently Ismaili, that provided us with all the shop goods, textiles, emienda, cattle salt, omonyo, paraffin, amashtagetara, bicycles, amagari, some cattle drugs like Gamatox, scholastic materials, some non-prescription human drugs, and other products. This gave us time to concentrate on our cattle, our goats, and our crops. The Ismail families in Ntungamo Abdallah, as I said, Hari and his mother, Nina Hari, and another one called Haji. In 1956, they were joined by 2 Yemeni Arabs called Abasiri, Washihiri. These were Wumbakare, who would be Abubakar, and another one whose name I cannot remember. We are now celebrating independence of Uganda. That means we are getting independent from something, from colonialism. The colonization and domination of Africa by the imperialist forces remains one of the most significant historical disruptions of Africa's progress. Apart from undermining the right of the African to self-determination, the period of colonial rule was characterized by deliberate efforts to destroy indigenous skills, knowledge, and technology. Yet all civilization the world over has always been built around knowledge, science, and technology. At the time of colonization, Africa had made significant strides in the development of knowledge, science, and technology. For example, we already had geologists capable of designing rocks with iron or copper. As you know, Banyankore have better words for these minerals than even the scientists. Iron ore is called obutare, and there are different geological names for the different grades of iron. Oburimbi, enombe, all those are different categories of oxides of iron. However, by the time Africa freed herself from the yoke of colonialism, crucial indigenous knowledge had been lost. Achieving independence from foreign domination was therefore a significant opportunity toward self-determination and socio-economic transformation of Africa. Today's occasion should therefore not be merely a celebration for regaining our freedom, but also an opportunity for us as Ugandans and Africans to audit on the internal contradictions, to reflect on the internal contradictions that led to the final domination of Africa by the imperialist forces for a number of decades. Failure to do so may lead to the second colonization of Africa. Some of these weaknesses included divisions, disunity, and selfishness among Africa's traditional leaders and chiefs. Unfortunately, after independence, few post-colonial leaders in Africa dedicated time to understanding and addressing the reasons why Africa was colonized in the first place. On the contrary, many promoted bankrupt politics such as sectarianism based on religion and ethnicity. We must also use this occasion to remind ourselves that gaining freedom from the colonialists was not an end in itself, but a means of returning Africa to the path of progress and transformation that is internally determined and driven. However, we must also be reminded that the pursuit of socio-economic transformation of Africa is not a simple matter. It calls for visionary leadership as well as a dedicated citizenry. Therefore, the theme of this year's Independence Day celebrations, which is Uganda's freedom, must be anchored in the spirit of hard work, resilience, and commitment. Is relevant not only for our efforts towards consolidating and defending our national independence, but also the realization of our vision of transforming the Ugandan society from a peasant to a modern and prosperous country. The socio-economic transformation of Uganda and Africa is intertwined with the transformation of the individual and the households. We are also aware that transformation of the households is impossible without hard work. Consequently, the NRM government has spared no effort in creating an environment that both facilitates and also rewards hard work. Some of the measures undertaken to facilitate and reward hard work and entrepreneurship include ensuring security of persons and property across the breadth and width of the country. There has been a spate of crime, but we are getting to the bottom of this crime. We have made a number of arrests in the Entebbe area and in other areas, and we are getting to the bottom of that problem of crime. But you know that crime is different from terrorism and war. I want to assure you that nobody can cause war or bring back terrorism in Uganda. However, for crime, we are also dealing with it using our old methods of the police, but also we are going to introduce new methods which are much quicker in terms of identifying criminals. Secondly, reducing the cost of doing business by expanding the road network. For example, in 1986, the total national trunk road network was 7,900 kilometers. Of the 1,900 kilometers that had been tarmacked, only 114 kilometers, or 6%, was in fair condition. Today, the national trunk road network stands at 21,000 kilometers, and about 4,000 kilometers of this is paved, and the rest is motorable. And as you know, here we have bought road equipment, brand new equipment from Japan for all the districts. Therefore now, it will be possible for the districts to maintain their own maram roads. The only thing they need from the central government is more fuel for the equipment. You now have the capacity. Even you have the capacity to tarmac some of the smaller roads using that equipment, using direct labor. Mutagiri kukozesa za tenda ezokugabira abashuma sente. Ebyoma ebi mubikozesa okukora enguuto zanyu z'omu byaro n'ebyoma bisya, kandi nimubaasa n'ebimwe kubikozesa kutandaza enguuto ezimwe nk'ez'omu tawuni nimukozesa nimwekorera mutagira kupangisa abokubashahuraho sente nyingi. Furthermore, in the next 5 years, 2,000 kilometers more of new roads will be constructed. This will increase the tarmac roads network from 4,000 kilometers to 6,000 kilometers. Your road here going to Kasese has been very bad. From here to this I think it's like 40 miles or 50 to Kasese. But especially this 20 miles to Katunguru has been bad. But I hear a contract has been awarded and they should be about to start on rehabilitating that road. Ishaka, Katunguru. Number 3, we have also expanded electricity generation from 60 megawatts in 1986 to about 900 megawatts today. And upon the completion of Isimba, Karuma, Ayago, and Aswa, our generation of electricity will be about 2,600 megawatts. We have also improved access to credit through both the public and the private sector. For example, in 1986, there was only one commercial bank. Today, there are 24 commercial banks and several microfinance institutions spread across the country. Furthermore, records from the Ministry of Gender and Labour and Social Development show that as of July 2017, over 84.5 billion shillings had been disbursed to 11,503 youth groups with 144,000 beneficiaries under the Youth Livelihood Program. In addition, as of June 2017, the government had, under the Uganda Women's Entrepreneurship Program, disbursed over 12.25 billion to 2,412 women groups with a total membership of 30,000 beneficiaries. Through the Uganda Development Bank, the government will use the taxpayers' money to inject low-interest finance for manufacturing. With enough electricity for the first time since 1969, Uganda is now set to take off as far as manufacturing is concerned. In fact, already factories are springing up in many places. Tororo, the other day I was in Tororo, I saw a number of factories there. Mukono, Wakiso, Ruero, Lira, Namamve. The only remaining hurdle is to lower the price of electricity to 5 American cents per unit for manufacturing. The only distortion for the price of electricity is Bujagari, whose electricity is 11 American cents per unit, even when we exempt the enterprise from government tax. This was caused by mistake of our negotiators who opted for expensive money. We are working for the restructuring of the finances for Bujagari with cheaper money to be paid for longer period. Otherwise, the electricity by Narubare is 4 American cents per unit. Chira is 4 American cents. Agago will be 6 American cents. Karuma will be 5 American cents. Isimba will be 6 American cents. It is Bujagari which is the distorter of the price of electricity, and we are going to sort it out. Many people who have taken advantage of this environment have transformed their households. Indeed, a number of welfare indicators show that we are on a steady and an unstoppable path to socio-economic transformation. For example, the households with houses roofed with iron sheets has increased from 61% in 2006 to 75% in 2017. As you can see, on this side of Uganda, you can no longer see a grass-thatched house. You may have to go to the museum to see one here on this side. However, even in other parts of Uganda, the grass-thatched houses are reducing. Number two, the proportion of the households using tadoba, canister wick lamp, has declined from 71% in 2006 to 28% in 2017. When I went to Karangara, they told me that abatunda omuzigo gw'etaala banaatera okusenguka nga bakutunda amashuta g'etaala baza kufuruka kuruga Karangara abuka ba Karangara hati bakazahari sora hamani g'izooba tubakikozesa tadoba tubakikozesa etaala. About 21% of households use dry cells for lighting, while 18% use solar energy. However, this transformation would have even been faster if all our people in both the public service and the private sector were more serious. Everyone knows that the only way out of poverty for any individual or society is through hard work. Unfortunately, many people do not take their jobs and businesses very seriously. Many people in Uganda behave like a foolish hired shepherd who does not pay attention to livestock under their care, yet looking after these livestock well is their source of livelihood and actually survival. During my tours around the country, I've often seen young men seated in the trading centers early in the morning, playing yomweso and karata matatu. The Swahili say that kuburudika ni baada ya kazi, meaning that leisure should come after work. Unfortunately, the leaders and politicians have, in pursuit of cheap popularity, abandoned the responsibility of guiding the populations. Leadership is about knowing the way, showing the way, and going the way. A leader who cannot tell the people the bitter truth and also guide them to prosperity is not worthy the privilege of being a leader. In fact, one need not be an elected leader to cause community transformation. I've told you many times how, as a young student in the 1960s, I took the personal initiative to campaign against nomadic pastoralism in some parts of this area and other backward practices like taking raw milk in Ankole. I therefore would like to call upon all the political leaders, all the RDCs, all the chief administrative officers, and other civic and community leaders to shun the pursuit of cheap popularity and instead ceaselessly promote the ethic of hard work. Without doing so, the peasants will remain in subsistence agriculture, where 68% of the homesteads still were by the time of the last census. Atabanja barharo nareba mharange namreba hariyo omushite watugurwayo arai bija this young girl, she works in a village which was democratically poor. Come. tell us how many homesteads are in Ruharo, how many have gone into income generation.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. First of all, congratulations upon this Independence Day. Ruharo has over 580 households. At the time when the Ruharo Model Parish program started, they were in real poverty, and the most activity was drinking alcohol. But as we speak right now, Your Excellency, I was there even last Friday. They have a circle which you supported, Your Excellency. The support you put in, over 100 million, has given them a lot of membership. They have over 5,000 members, and they are having development in the area in terms of rearing cattle, Your Excellency. They are rearing chicken, and they are planting coffee and tea that has been given them by your office, Your Excellency. The homesteads which are in commercial farming right now, Your Excellency, are about 320 out of 580, Your Excellency.
That parish is just near here. According to our figures, when we started, all the 508 homesteads had no income. It's a very fertile area, but they didn't know what to do. Now she's saying that 300 and what? 380 of the homesteads are engaged in commercial farming out of the 580. That means, and imagine begging people to earn money. They don't want to earn money. They just stay there, grow food, brew beer, this traditional beer, in a very fertile part of you. This area is very fertile, with a lot of very good soil, very good rains, but no income. Nibazira sente omuziro gwabo. The muziro in many homes, in Uganda, is money. Just grow food, and that's all. But these ones here, because of the campaign, because of the support, she's now saying that 380 homesteads out of 580 are growing coffee and rearing poultry. To beg people to earn money, they don't want to earn money. We know kubeshengereza. Ukagaruka yoke huba rero keshengereza. Koko bashanga bashtami muri mutya. Tuli awo. Muri awo mukola ki? Esente muzijawa. Ate munange tuziraba. So this is the challenge of leadership. This country is very rich, but to make the people know how to behave in a modern money economy. In addition to promoting the ethics of hard work, there is a need to raise the ideological consciousness of our people. Failure to do so renders them vulnerable to manipulation by primitive and reactionary political forces. Without heightened ideological consciousness, it is easy for backward forces to mobilize people against their own interests. For example, I have recently seen people mobilizing the people to oppose a land reform proposal that is in the best interests of the country. I therefore would like to direct the Minister responsible for national guidance to undertake campaigns of raising the ideological consciousness of our people. Programs for ideological reorientation should also target the public officers. The struggle for independence was for promotion of the public interest or common good. However, after 55 years of independence, there is no public spirit in the public service. I have said many times that the cardinal function of the public service is to give utmost and dedicated service in the development of Uganda. Unfortunately, many of our public officers do not understand that the development of the country is linked with their individual success. It is very surprising that a public servant who is eager to see an improvement in his or her wages or public health services is the same civil servant who frustrates industrialists and exporters who pay his salary through taxes. This indiscipline and lack of patriotism has gone on for so long, yet the permanent secretaries have the public service disciplinary mechanism at their disposal. This disorder must stop. From now on, permanent secretaries will be held accountable for their inaction against undisciplined officers. You must have heard of the measures I took against a number of public servants. A few are in the courts of law, and some have been dismissed. This is just endozo, taste of things to come. Anybody who sees somebody asking for a bribe should ring certain telephone numbers that will be advertised by my office on the radios and TVs. One example of carelessness of the public servants is the present crisis we have of acaricide resistance by ticks, the Engoha ripiceferus. That's the scientific name. The other one is Entruju, Bophyras, and Embarabara, and Bryoma. There are 4 families of acaricides: the pyrethroids, e.g. Decatex, Renegade, Vectocid, Supertix, Alpha-Pol, Bitecol, Tetetic, etc. That's one family of acaricide. The organophosphates is the second family, e.g. Spona extra. The third family are the amidines, such as Norotraz, Miribitraz, Tactic, Amitis, Bovitraz, and Paratraz. And then the co-formulations, e.g. Duodip, Proteid, and so on, that are a combination of 2 or more families of the acaricides. The concerned public servants, without consulting anybody, allowed the unregulated use of these families of acaricides across the whole country. Apparently, the correct thing to do should have been to zone the country so that the respective families of the acaricides are used in the different parts of the country for some years and then swapped at the ticks in the respective zones we are developing resistance to the respective acaricides. Nobody ever whispered to me on this issue. It was only in 2013 when, after using a very good acaricide going by the trade name of Decatex for about 23 years, I was told that these drugs are supposed to be swapped after about 3 or 4 years. By this time, Decatex was no longer killing any ticks in Ikisozi, my farm. That is when Dr. Kasheja Imelda of Naro told me that I should not have used Dicatex continuously for 23 years, and that there are other clans of acaricides. Nobody had ever told me that these acaricides have families and clans. I had to go all the way to Northern Ireland, where the late Lord Balledmond manufactures the class of acaricides known as the amidines. I told all and sundry about this phenomenon. The ticks at Kisozi were suppressed for some time. In other areas, however, the problem of tick resistance was reported. Honorable Kabatsi brought Vectaclor, and we tried it at Kiruhura on 91 farms starting in July 2017. The results were promising, according to the district veterinary officer of Kiruhura district. However, the National Drug Authority, which is headed by Dr. Kusemererwa and Dr. Muhindo and others, are saying that the eprinomectin used in the form of Poaron, if it is done for 2 years continuously, will suppress the ticks. I've called a meeting for all these scientists so that we decide on the way forward for these acaricides. Hati engoha okurema embazi kikareeta abakozi ba gavumenti abataratuhabwire n'obu yakuba nyowe emyaka 23 ninkozesa omubazi gumu teno owangizira omubazi kokukozesa warenga ha myaka ena engoha negumanyira. I had to find it out myself. Nawe ekyo ninyenda ko nimanyangu mu abantu babona bwine nengoha etakitwa mbazi konka turiyo nturwana okureba okutwakubasa kwihaho ekizibu eki okorwa mbi nagamba n'ebindi ebinkuza kwongeraho. However, one other problem in relation to the acaricides are yourselves, the farmers. Some of the farmers were misusing the acaricides. They would not make proper crushes. They would make emtegerero. Emtegerero is when you pile thorny trees in the form of otugo, small fenced areas, and kumisira, just baganda call it kumansa, kumisira, sprinkling the cattle. That misuse of drugs brings forward the phenomenon of tick resistance to the acaricides. I was able to use Dicatex for 23 years because my staff were properly mixing the acaricide in my dips in Ixozi and Raktura. So in my case, the resistance was not caused by poor application, but it was caused by too prolonged use. Otherwise, it seems my people were mixing the drugs properly. That's why I could use one drug for 23 years. And it was a very good drug. Aboko gwitengoha, gwitembugu, gwitebiju, ebiju nkoto abitsire kiboga na buremezi na gomba, gwitombu. It was such a good drug. That's why I stayed with it for a long time. Kwa kama numutabura kubi, ninga numuze kubi, engoha nereka kumanyiro mbazogo, emyaka mingi etaka hingwi. The local governments and the vets should have enforced the construction of proper crashes. The Baganda say, nantabulirwa yasabana na bwabumba. The one who does not listen to advice foolishly used a clay boat in spite of the contrary advice to try and cross the lake, but you of course sank in the lake because clay is not strong enough to be used in boat making. Abaganda bene fumeru kugira ngo nyantagambirwa akagenda mu bwato bw'ibumba bakamugira ngo nyabura we ibumba turukora bwato yayanga yabuzamo kuyashyira hagati y'inyanja ibumba ryayaba umushire yagumeze mbweno konga tingwende imaba abarisa n'abahingi tingwenda kubajukira abo kuba abakuru nuba takubahabura ba veterinary nibakwene bahabura n'abami bamagombora nabo cyati obutwaza kurondo ntuja kugutunga mutafa yo mutera rikira mukagira ngo enti nzije kwaho zufire abantu bafuire rente konka nzija kuhonoka umwaka 18 cyenda n'eshatu abajungu batakizire tatenguruza kashanku akabarujumbura enteze to mbyamo konka ya honorente mushanje atamashoge nyine gona gakargo mu ntezo neza abatatento nazihizona zikarga hantezo konka natsukuza khonera mushanje zonka tuja kukhonera nyingi nabo icyo tuja kuronda konka twaronzura uburyo okoko okwate bintu jaga kwino kugarikiraho buri umuntu ari no kureba ngo yabembeka kurashi iyebiragiro kandi abami babemerera kuri kuvuga motoka utene license bakwata ngo wahende biragiro shana tugabena za license zo kurisa no kuhinga nawo umuntu utakoma kuhinga bamuzibire ngo reka kuhinga okatusisira abakana batusisira. Apart from the struggle with the acaricides, we are taking the more fundamental steps in dealing with the ticks. There is the anti-mashio, anti-ECF vaccine developed at Muguga in Kenya. We are also developing our own. Hati eberiye mbazi yokwitengo habiryaho. Kwa kandi haru nechika tuchokutsirika ekirukutsirika amashiyo tiguma yabera bakikoze ise nibagira ngo divyo arai ninga taru yabu arai divyo obshe divyo murangisa ready mjengo divyo yabura divyo divyo obshenyari nkai ninga divyo wena arai iworu kwimuka or divyo oriki oguno ho ja ngaba kawo bakankabi tindi kwenda kawo divyo ari nkai owabushenyi owashema owabweju owambarara murangise divyo kumara murebe murete mutaru radio mu divyo yabara mutaru radio mu divyo ba divyo bana babara muri kikoro wa president hariho ekikatu ekyokusereka amashuyo tinkumanya yaba haine owakikozese ekikatu ekyo